Hey guys, I'm here again to show you another Starcraft 2 beta video, and in this one I'm just going to show you a neat trick you can do on this map, which is Scrap Station. It works best against a Protoss opponent, is what I've found, and it has to be on this map, and that's due to the long pathing that you have to take to get to the other team's base. So it kind of protects you from a rush just because of the long distance that the AI has to travel to get to your base. And the plan is that we're going to build a proxy factory right outside the Protoss base, and then we're going to just build a Thor like as fast as possible and send him in and pretty much just try and win with one or two Thors. The way you do that is you obviously have to get this going as fast as possible, and you send in with your Thor maybe 5 or 6 SCVs, and those SCVs are just there to follow the Thor around and just keep repairing him. Now this works better against a human opponent because obviously the AI cheats and it'll have way more units than, you know, you playing your buddy online would have if you were to do this against him. But it still works because I'm playing again against the hardest AI, and I've done this once before I made this video, so I know it works. So hopefully this time I can get it to work again. I'm not 100% sure what the build order is for this. It's mainly because obviously I haven't researched it at all. I just sort of watched a video and decided, you know, I really want to try this, so I'll give it a shot. I'm sure if you might be able to do it faster than I can, but again, against the AI, you're gonna notice that when I attack, they'll probably have like an expansion and a whole squad of zealots, where again, as I already mentioned, a human opponent wouldn't have a large enough army to defend against this. Now, from what I've heard, the guy that first did this, because this isn't I'm not taking any credit for this strategy at all, but the guy who first did this actually plays in the Platinum League, and he's done this against other Platinum players. So this isn't just some thing you can do against, you know, noob players. It actually is very effective even at the highest levels. So here, I don't know if I needed 2 refineries right away, but I got it anyways because obviously Thors take 200 gas, and also repairing them takes gas as well. So you really do need gas. And thankfully they reduced the gas costs on factories, so I can actually get it up a bit faster than you normally would have been able to before. And yeah, you just want to build that factory right up there on top of that ramp. It's just because any units that run by on the bottom won't see it. So, I'm kind of sneaky hiding there. Next, obviously, you have to get the armory so that you're able to build Thors. And as soon as I have the factory up, then I'm just going to build that right away. You'll notice that I didn't bother getting any Marines. It's probably a good idea actually if you do grab 1 or 2, just because you're going to end up with an excess of minerals here. So if you have a couple Marines protecting you, it's, you know, it can beat off that scouting probe, and, you know, obviously very helpful. Just against the AI, I didn't really bother with that because I didn't think it was all that necessary. So factory's almost up. And as soon as it goes up, just instantly throw down a tech lab and get that armory building. This is really all about speed, because you gotta get that Thor in fast before the AI's massed up a big army. So throwing down my armory right now, and I'm gonna get that tech lab. Now you see like probe scouting me. It's just because the AI knows what you're doing and where you are at all times, even if, you know, it tries to seem like it doesn't, because I mean, who would send a scouting probe up there? No one would do that. Unless, I don't know, this strategy became super popular. Just got time to send over those SCVs. soon as that tech lab gets queued up, that's when you want to send out your SCVs, because it does take a long time to get over there. So ideally, yeah, like when the armory is about half done or a third of the way done, send in the SCVs, and they have to get there at about the same time the Thor's gonna be finished. Yeah, I sent mine out too early, but it's not really the end of the world here. So, army is almost done. Yep, there we go. So instantly queue up a Thor, and as soon as that Thor is done, you just attack. It's as easy as that. Anyone can do this, not very micro heavy. Again, this is really an all or nothing strategy. Is if you were to play online and they found your proxy factory and destroyed it, you'd be very far behind because you would have teched up so far, and you'd really just die to a counter. Even though it does take a long time to get to your base, they would still obviously be able to send in a squad of stalkers and zealots and you'd be done. So just even at your base while you're doing this, just keep building SCVs, because you do need a pretty strong income to help repair that Thor, and it should be done pretty soon. Yeah, so 2/3 of the way done now. And yeah, back at base, make sure you got everything going. I don't worry about upgrades too much, because you honestly just don't really need them. I mean, the Thor is so powerful against early Protoss units like zealots and stalkers. Obviously you can get focused down because the zealots can surround you, and your Thor's gonna have some problems with that. But that's kind of why you surround it yourself with SCVs, because then you can't get surrounded. Oh, so wow, they already have an expansion up. So if you saw this online, this would be